Hello, Parth. Hello. Yeah, I know that assignments link was not uploaded. Yeah, don't worry about it. Today I'm gonna give assignments. So there was an issue yesterday, so that's why I was unable to update the assignment. But today we'll be getting the assignment because today we're also gonna do the project after learning interfaces. Hello, Tosif. Hello, Sabia. Hello, Ishan. So sorry for yesterday. I didn't upload any assignment. There was some issue after the session. So sorry for that. And today I'm gonna upload the assignment. Don't worry, because today we are also gonna create the employee management system project. Hello, everyone. And today, if possible, will be our last session after learning abstraction. So all the concepts of object-oriented programming will be complete. So will be basically we have learned each and everything about object-oriented programming, basically the core programming. And then we'll also create a project today. I'll also show you how to work with array of objects, how to perform that sorting thing and everything. कोई नहीं, अपडेट हो जाएगा, हो गया. लेट्स से देखो, सी शुभम, लेट्स अपग्रेड का मैसेज है. अटेंडेंस फॉर्म हैज बीन अपडेटेड. Yes, Akash, if we are completing the project today, then it will be the last lecture because all the concepts are almost completed. So we have completed. So today we'll also see the runtime polymorphism thing because like that's what happens internally. We are not gonna like do it. So today we're gonna perform abstraction first. You'll see what abstraction actually is, how you're achieving abstraction using interfaces, and what is the use of interfaces. So in the first half an hour, we're gonna understand interfaces and how we use them and how it helps us to achieve abstraction, and after that we are going to create the project. So if you count everything, then we have completed almost all of the basic concepts of object oriented. So let's not say Java, let's say we have learned object oriented programming, right? So we're not going to say Java, or we're not going to say we have learned C sharp. We have learned object oriented programming using Java. So now we understand how to work with object oriented programming in Java. So now each and every feature that is next will be in advanced Java. All that database connections and frameworks and everything, that will be in advanced Java. So you can say the core Java part has been completed, and I hope you people enjoyed it, and I hope people are happy and satisfied with all the things that we have covered. You people have understood the concepts of object-oriented programming in a good way. I hope all that things. What about string Tosif, string builder and all? Everything will be covered in advanced Java, buddy, because this was just like the core concept, object-oriented concept. Yes, exactly, Surya Prakash. Yes, there is an advanced. Yes, there is an advanced course in Java. All the details will be posted on the community, Neha. There is a group of Java. So all the details will be posted. Sangeet, there is an advanced Java course coming out where we'll be learning about database connections, about interactions with database, then different frameworks and everything. We're going to learn about everything. Yes, Vignesh, I'm getting better day by day. So maybe about in the next week I'll be all good because I'll be completing my 17 days of quarantine. Yes, Ishan, collections is also part of Java. Let me check. Let me check once if I can take one more sessions based on collections and everything. Parth, just like JavaScript has its own frameworks, right? Just like JavaScript has its own frameworks like Angular, then React. Same as Java also had its framework like Spring, then Struts, then JSF. So there are a lot of frameworks in Java also. Hibernate, one of the most important frameworks. Maybe Sangeet, maybe I have not decided it yet. Let's see, Sangeet. Yeah, yeah, just like Bootstrap is a CSS framework. Then like all the languages have their different frameworks. So in the same case, Hibernate, Spring are basically the frameworks of Java that we are going to learn in advanced Java. No, Pushpa, there is no assignment for yesterday. I'll be uploading all the assignments today because we'll be completing it, the concepts. So there is a lot in advanced Java. There is a lot of things in advanced Java. So that all we are going to cover in when we learn advanced. So these were all the basics that we have covered. I think you have also understood the projects and all. So we're going to learn few frameworks. Then we're going to also learn about Java Web, how to work with Java Web, how to work with Servlet, how to work with JSP. Those are all the things that we're going to learn. So those are the basics of advanced Java. Then we are going to move to frameworks like Hibernate and database connections, then Spring in all of the handling of like objects and programming and everything. Sridhar, I think it will be posted on the community. So fees, then timing, then everything will be posted on the community. So there is a Java group. We'll be posting everything there. So don't worry. Yes, the core part was completely free. The core part was absolutely free, Sridhar. Let's see. I do advance. I think it will not be free, but it will be very cheap. Don't worry. Just like Stack, it will also be very cheap. Okay. So let's move ahead now. Right. Let's first understand. Let's first learn today's things. Then we'll move ahead to the next things. Right. Then I'll explain what are the topics in advanced Java and how Java will help you to develop web applications, secure web applications, and everything. That is very basic, Sripati. Don't worry. That is like just 1 or 2 lectures thing, applet and swing and everything. So don't worry. I'm planning to like put all that in advanced Java. Let's see what all are the topics that I can put if when I make the structure and everything. You have to follow them, Akash. You have to online just follow them. There are various communities of Java. Then there are various communities of JavaScript. Just go on GitHub. You have Stack Overflow. Follow people. That is how you get the most of the updates. That's how I get most of the updates. Basically, I follow a lot of people on Stack Overflow. I follow a lot of people in various social media things. That's how I get updates. I follow groups of JavaScript on GitHub, Stack Overflow. That's how I get all the updates about them. So this is how actually you get. Then you can also follow the developers, the people who have made them, the community handles on Twitter and everything. That's where they announce about the updates. So that is the place where you can get all the news about things. So that's how I get news basically. And then you can also go on and read articles. There are a lot of blogs and websites where you can just go on and read articles about new things. So, sooner or later, all of you will get the updates and everything. That's how I get basically. Okay, can we move ahead? In the end today, we are also going to talk about advanced Java things. So don't worry, anyone. Don't worry about anything. Okay, should we move ahead now? Okay, so let's talk about interfaces first. I think we got the explanation yesterday that interface is just like a class, right? Interface is just like a class in which all the variables are by default. Can we override a static method in Java? Why not such? Yes. Yes, Sangeet, I'll be posting it today. Don't worry, I'll be posting it today. I'll be posting it today, Sangeet. I'll be posting it today. But actually, Sachi, the thing is that static things are always made for the class. Then there is actually no need of overriding them. Never, there is never a need of overriding static things. It's just a thing that you can do it, but you should never do it because static things are always made for the class. Yes, Saista, I'll be teaching threading and everything, the multi-threading concept, but I think that will be in advance. I'm still deciding the topics, the best topics for you people in the advanced Java lectures. So I'm deciding each and everything. So I'm still covering all the things that I will teach in advanced Java. So let's see that we will teach basically. I don't know. So yes, multi-threading will be an important part of it because it is one of the important parts in Java. In any programming language, multi-threading is one of the most important things. So I think that will be covered. So let's see if I can take one more session. I'll see if I can take one more session. Yes, Tosif, that is one of the most important things. I think so that will be there. That will be there. Okay, that will be there. Don't worry, that will be there. Servlets and JSP are one of the most important topics in Java web. Okay. So let's move ahead, guys. Let's at the end we're also going to talk. We'll take 5 minutes to talk about everything in advanced Java. So don't worry, don't worry, guys. Let's move ahead. No, I don't think, Sanjeeva. I think it will be on its Let's Upgrade platform. I feel about that. I think I this is how I feel. I think it will be on the Let's Upgrade platform, because there are a lot of topics in advanced Java that we are gonna cover. Okay, so let's start first, and then we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end. Don't worry. Let's first start, and let's you people complete assignments and give exams. Then we'll see. Don't worry. Okay, let's focus on today's topic now. So as I said yesterday, that interfaces are nothing but just like class, which have in which all the variables are by default public and final. That means constant. That basically says you have to provide a value because they are constants. And then all the methods, you have to make them abstract. You cannot write any kind of definition. And it is the responsibility of the class that inherits the interface, or you can say implements the interface, to override or to rewrite all the methods, or to implement all the methods again in the class, right? So today we're going to see how it is done, how you're going to perform, what is the need, and how you're actually achieving abstraction using interface. Fine, so let's see. Let's start. So just for a basic example, let's create a very basic interface like shape, right? I'm just explaining. Please understand it first, and then let's see what is actually abstraction. So I'm going to create an interface now first. So is there an option for interface here, or do I have to create? Okay, you can also write Java class. It's not a problem. It's just you have to put a name, and then you can, instead of class keyword, you have to put interface keyword. That's all. That's the difference. So I can just go on and select interface. There is an option of interface actually here. Then I'll just write, there's an interface named shape, right? So there is an interface named shape. See, shape.java, same like class. And instead of class, it is an interface. That's the only difference here right now. Now, I have to decide what are all the things that my shape can have. What are all the things that my shape interface can have? Like, this is just an interface. That basically means it is like everything in here will be abstract, and it will be the responsibility of the class to use everything. So let's say it is a shape. So a lot of shapes can have something known as pi, right? Pi is one of the most important things. So I feel, okay, fine, there are a lot of shapes that, like, let's say in future I create square, I create circle, I create a lot of things, and a lot of shapes require pi value to calculate their area or anything, right? So what I'll do is I'll create a variable, let's say float pi equals 3.142, just like this, and it is a float, so I'll just write f. That's all. Perfect. And my interface will also have a method named, or let's say, yeah, that will be fine, public void area, right? And that's all. Because it's an interface, I'm not going to define anything. So that's all. So now I have an interface shape. So whenever I feel, okay, there is something that will be constant throughout all the shapes that I'm going to create, so I'll put it in an interface, just like inheritance, right? Whatever is common, you put it in a parent class. So whatever is common, whatever are the constants, common things, I'll put it in an interface. And whatever methods, whatever methods I have that are going to be common in all my shapes, I'm going to put in an interface. But as I know that area has different implementations in different shapes, right? Square is like square has its own implementation of area. Then circle will have its own implementation, calculation of area. That's why I have just defined, okay, fine, area will be a method. This will be a method in all the shapes that I create, but the implementation will depend on the children. Is it clear till now? So it's very simple, right? Interface is just defining rule. Okay, fine, these are the things that a shape will have, right? And implementation and all will be defined by the children. So basically I'm just creating something like a class, but actually there is no implementation. In class you have some kind of implementation and you override it. We learned yesterday, right? We learned function overriding. It will be automatically final, Tosif. As I said, everything that you create in interface is by default final, Tosif. So it will be automatically final. You don't have to worry about it. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Are we clear with this? So it's just like a class. You can also, if you want, you can also do it in class, but we have something known as interface made for this thing, for writing rules and regulations, because it will force the class to implement the method. A normal class will not force some other class. You will inherit, but it will not force. Understanding my point? If I want, I can just create a class shape and I can inherit with some normal classes. But in that case, the class will not force because I'm a class. If you want, you can override my method. If you don't want, keep it that way, normal. It will not force, but interfaces force the classes. Fine, you have to override this method. You have implemented it, you have to override this method. That's what the actual use of interfaces over classes, right? Interfaces force, basically it's kind of agreement. If you implement interface, you have to override the method. That's all. That's all. Forceful implementation. Now let's save it and let's go on and create a class, right? So now I have defined the rules for a shape. Now whatever shape class I create, let's say I create something known as circle, right? I create a class circle. Now let's move ahead. I say, okay, fine, my circle class inherits, that basically means implements what? Shape. Now see, there's an error. If I hover on it, the error is, should we create interface like class? Exactly, Sangeet. Yes, interfaces are just created like class. Interfaces are just created like classes. Just the keyword is changed. Instead of class, you use interface. That's all. The creation thing is same. And the methods are abstract. They don't have any definition. That's all. And the variables are by default constant. That basically means they're variables. The properties are by default constants. Simple. That means they have, like, you have to pass a value because they are constants, right? You have to pass a value. That's all. Now you can see it says class circle must either be declared abstract or implement abstract method area. That basically means it is showing me an error. So fine, you're implementing the interface shape. That basically means please implement the abstract method area. Please override the abstract method area. So now what I have to do, I have to go and write same signature public void area, and then I think the error will go. Simple now. So it was forceful. It was showing me error in the program. You have to override it. I override it and the error is gone now. This is how it works. Is it clear, everyone? That's all. This is how rules work. That's all. That's all. That's all. They're doing nothing else. They are doing nothing else. Is this cleared now to everyone? Are we cleared with this? Everyone, are we cleared with this? Are we cleared with this thing? And now if like circle wants, it can has its own implementation of area. So now I can write anything inside area. So what is the formula for a circle of area? Can anyone tell me? What is the formula? Is it pi r square? I think it is pi r square, right? Yeah. So let's calculate. Let's say float area, right? Yeah. Float area equals pi. Let's say I take any r right now. Let's just say if I just go here and write okay, fine, float. I'm not taking it from user. If you want, you can take it from user. That's not a problem at all. So float radius equals, let's say 4 for now. And I can just write pi multiplied by radius multiplied by radius. Simple. And then at the end, I can just go on and write out.println print the area, right? Or if I want, instead of printing it, okay, let's now just print it. Then in future, I will just return it. That is totally fine. Yep, cool. Perfect. Now I can just go on and I can create one more class. Let's say we create one more shape. Which shape should I create? Remember, you have to know the formula for the area then, because I don't remember all the formulas of area. I think we should take square, or we can also take triangle, right? Half into base into height, or side square, just in the case of square. So let's take square. Let's take square actually. So square doesn't require that pi thing, right? So let's create a class named square. And again, it again implements what? Shape, because square is a shape. It just works like this. Now again, I have to implement that method. See, if you just click, I think it will give you an option to, it will directly help you. Okay, fine. Implement method. See, you have this option, implement methods. Click. Yes, there is a area method. Okay, please implement this. And it will create. It is just an annotation that basically says that I'm overriding. If you want, you can just remove it. It's just an annotation in Java that you learn about in advanced Java. Don't worry about it. What are annotations? So they are basically just some kind of display that shows what are you doing, what are you performing. They show that basically, okay, fine, this area is an overridden method. It is already available in parent. That's all. Now let's just go on and write uh, private float side, right? Side, the length of the side. So let's say side is 4 and it's float. And what is the float area equals side square, right? So side multiply by side. And same, system.out.println, print the area. And that's all. So it was a forceful implementation. That's all. I'll again make it private. Simple. Now what I can do is I can just go in my main. Let's remove all this teacher stuff from here. And now if I want, I can just go on. Please see, I can just go on. I can write, okay, circle C equals new of circle. And now I can call C dot area. Now let's see if this is working fine. Now let's see if this is working fine. If I'm able to print the area of circle. This is one of the most common examples that is used to understand about interfaces. You'll find it a lot online maybe. See, so now it is printed the area of the circle. So the value doesn't matter. We know that it has been calculated properly because we are not calculating it. The program is calculating it. But now this is how you work. Simple. So now you understand the forceful implementation interface. Basically, it says, okay, fine, you have to implement it. Now I'll tell you one need. I'll tell you one use of this, like how it actually helps, how it is actually helping. So before moving on to abstraction, let's try to understand how it actually helps. So now let's see, if you are a developer of something, let's say you're developing some kind of logic inside Java. So let's say you're developing a click event. Let's say in kind of advanced Java, you're developing a click event. So you want people to use a method that is going to be performed on click, and you have named it. Okay, fine, action performed is the name of the function, and user have to only use this function to perform the click event. If you create something of your own, it will not work. So if I just perform, okay fine, if I just create like, okay fine, there is a method named action performed, please use this, please use, I don't have to request. Then what I'll do, I'll just create an interface. I'll just create an interface, and I'll just tell people to implement it. If you have to implement it if you want that on click functionality, right? Then what will happen if I create an interface? People will implement it, and then people have to forcefully use that action perform method. They cannot use any other method. So basically, whenever I feel I want to create a function, I want to create a method that I want people to use forcefully, that I want people to, because I have wrote some internal logic behind it, behind that function name. Because if people will choose their own name, I can't write a common logic for everyone, right? If people will use the same name, like if everyone is using println, then only I can write the logic of println, right? If everyone is using their own method, I can't write a single logic for everyone. Same in that case, I will create an interface and I'll write the connected logic. Then if people implement the interface, they have to use the method that I have derived, that I have told them to use in the interface. That's all. That's how I forcefully say people to use things that I want. So basically, interfaces provide a shape in Java. By the help of interface, all the people in the world internationally use the same things. That's how it works. You create a class, you create an interface, you create some kind of rule behind it, and then you're forcing people to use it, so that everyone is on same page and everyone is learning the same thing. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Yes, it is mostly used in big projects. When the project is big, that's where it is used. Even if even when I create projects, there is only a single interface that I have to build for some basic logic. That's all. Or basically, most of the times you'll be using inbuilt interfaces. You'll not even create your own interface. Most of the times in advanced Java, you'll be using the inbuilt interfaces. You'll not be using your own created interfaces. That is only helpful if you're creating some big project. You have a lot of classes, you have a lot of people working with you. That's when you create your own interfaces. Mostly you're going to use the inbuilt interfaces directly provided by Java. Is it clear? And you have to understand the logic of interfaces because you want to use the interface provided by Java. So you have to understand first what are interfaces. that okay fine, you have to implement it, then you have to rewrite the methods. That's how it works. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? So mostly 90% of the times you'll be using inbuilt interfaces, but to use them you have to first understand how interfaces actually work. So is this like UI? Sangeet, what UI? User interface? No, it's not user interface. No, no, not at all. Not at all, Sangeet. User interface is something different, right, buddy? User interface is not this. User interface is something that you see, the design. That's difference. This is just an interface. It's named interface because it works like that. Now I'll tell you why it is named as interface. I'll tell you. Don't worry. There's a reason behind it. Now let's see what you can do actually by using interfaces. Now, now see it like this. If you want, you can do something like this. Shape C equals to new of circle. Now, circle constructor is just providing the memory, but the C object is of type shape. Understanding my point? So now by this also you can create objects. So basically now C is the object of shape, which has the memory of circle, but that doesn't matter. It is an object of shape. What kind of object is, like, what a variable is, what kind of object is defined by this first name. This only provides the memory. This is what actually defines the type of the object. So in this case, C is of type shape. That basically means I don't know that C is a circle externally. And even if I call C dot area, now see, it will call the circle area as we have created the memory of circle. But let's see. Let's see it first. You'll understand it now. Fine. Still the answer is same. So now I have created the object of shape and I have called the area method of shape. That basically is what? That basically is this function that I'm calling. So now the user is actually creating the object of shape and it is calling the method of shape, which is actually calling this method. And now for the user, the implementation is not shown. Now, if the user understands, okay, fine, I'm calling the area of shape interface. I'm calling the area of shape interface. And actually the area, the function of shape interface is not implemented. The implementation is done by either circle or by square. Actually, the shape is not is not having any kind of definition for area. So according to user, if I see as a user, area is actually having no implementation. It is hidden from me. I'll explain part. Don't worry. What I was saying is this C is having the just like we have learned creation of object, right? In this case, like we always know that while creating an object or while creating a variable, the first thing that we write is the type, and the second thing is the object or variable, right? So in this case, this C is the object, but the type of object is what? Shape. So for a user, for me, or for the main, actually the user is not me, the user is the main method. Remember, whenever we say user, user is the one who is actually handling the object. In this case, the main class. I am not the user. Like I have the access to all the things, right? I can also access circle, square. I can go inside the Java program. So I am never the user. The user is the place where I am writing the objects. Is it clear? Getting my point? So now in this case, if you try to understand it like this, the C is the object of shape, right? And if I'm calling C dot area, that basically I'm calling the area method from shape. And if you see the area method of shape, it is actually having no implementation. Are you getting my point? It is actually having no implementation. So now the implementation of area is actually hidden from the main class. Getting my point? Like if main class tries to go inside, just look inside, okay, fine, what is in the area, it will find, okay, fine, there is no implementation. The implementation is actually hidden. I don't know what is the implementation. I just know that, okay, fine, there is a area function that will give me area. So the main class only knows, okay, there is a area function that will give me the area of the circle, but there is no actual implementation of area. That is happening somewhere inside the circle class. Getting my point? Yes, Parth, exactly. So are you getting my point? Now for main, just imagine it for main. Just think it like for main. Main knows, okay, fine. Sir, can we use interface to force the user to log in before entering a project? No, that is something different, Pranay. That is something different. That is something different. Interfaces are only working in a program. Pranay, interfaces are only working with the program. That login thing and everything is just something other, something else. That is not how it works. Interfaces are only for the programs. Interfaces will help you only inside like for functions and for programs. All those things like login, logout, they are some different logic. There's something different. Interface are built basically for security or for hiding, like basically, or forcing them to use of methods and functions inside the program. So don't relate it with all that thing like login, logout, forcing user. As I said, I'm not the user. In this case, the user is the program. The main function is using the shape, right? In this case, the main function is using the shape object. So the main function is the user. I'm not the user. So whether it is written online or anywhere, we write like, okay, fine, it is hidden from user. It is never hidden from us. If I consider myself user, it is never hidden from me. I can see everything. So we are not the user. The user is the class using the object. Always remember, when I talk about security, I'm talking about security within the classes. Security not for me, security not for anyone else. Getting my point? Whenever in programming we talk about, okay, fine, this is secured from this is secured from user, that basically means it is secured from some other class. Are you getting cleared? Is it cleared, everyone? So never, first, don't think us as a user. We are not the users. If you think us as a user, then there is no security. I can see everything. Think of classes as users. Think of classes as getting secured and getting programmed. Now getting my point, everyone? Yes, it will, that it will be implemented by CTOSIF. Yes, exactly. If I create circles object, then that's fine. Then I'm creating circle. By using the object of interface, it will first check its own method, right? Now there isn't an implementation done interface method. Yes, exactly. Yes, Ishan. Yes, Ishan. You can say it like that. Yes. So now for main method, the implementation is actually hidden, right? Main method only knows, okay, fine, there is an area method that will give me area. That's all. It doesn't know what is the implementation logic of area, because area, the logic, the implementation logic is inside the circle class. That the main method does not know about, because it understands, okay, fine, C is an object and it's of type shape, and shape is basically having no implementation. So basically, if main tries to understand that shape interface, there is no implementation. Getting my point? Avinash, we're just discussing interfaces, buddy. Don't worry, you'll understand it. You can just go backward a little and you can understand. Don't worry. Sangeet, what is this, buddy? What is this e dot age? Getting my point, everyone? It's very simple to understand. Just start to understand like this. Now, this main knows that C is the object of shape, and when it's called C dot area, it is basically calling this area. So basically, for main, area is actually having no implementation. Main only knows, okay, fine, there is a area method that I'll call to get the area. There is no implementation. Are you getting my point, everyone? Is it clear to everyone now? So for main, there is no implementation of area. If I create like this, if I create circle C equals to, then that is normal. If I do something like this, then area is actually not having any implementation according to main. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? Yes, exactly. We can do it, Tosif. Yes, yes, you can do it. Are you getting my point, everyone? At least are you getting my point now? Shubham is totally fine, right? We haven't done it from the start. We always have created new files. That's how actually you have to work. You don't have to work like colleges and schools, like we putting each and every file inside a single class. You have to understand working like this, because in all the programming languages, we always create different files for different components. So you have to make a habit of working like this. That's why from the start only I'm creating different files for different things, just to make you people understand that you have to work like this always. This is the best way to work. Never put multiple classes or multiple things inside a single file. Sangeet, I'm not getting it out, buddy. Few more messages are in front, sir. What does it say? Yes, Avinash, it's normal, right? It's very normal. We created an interface like shape, just like we understood yesterday. We created an interface for shape, and it has a area method. As we discussed yesterday, that interfaces, the methods that are inside interfaces have no implementation. So there is no implementation of area. And now circle class is actually implementing shape interface. That's why it has to override the area method, and now it has its own implementation of area. And inside main, I created an object of shape, which is actually having the memory of circle. So basically, internally, if I call c.area, according to main, I'm calling this area due to the object creation. But internally, it is actually calling what? It is actually calling the circles area. But for main, it feels it is calling this area. You got my point, everyone? No, but it is the calling of function, Sangeet. It is not the creation of class. Yes, yes, AK, we can make pi static. That's amazing. We can make pi static. Why not? You getting my point, Avinash, now? Now, yes, AK, we can make it static. Now, last thing, the last thing. Now, understand it like this. Very simple. We have not gone through any like deep in the concept. We're just understanding it very simply. Now, for main, area is not actually having like, there is no implementation for area for main. So according to main, it does not know implementation. It only knows that there is an area function that will give me the area. But I don't know how it is actually getting implemented. Understand the definition. Now the main class or the user, if I say user, understand it like main class. Now the user only knows, okay, fine, there is a area function that will give me area, but I don't know how the area is getting implemented. And this concept is known as abstraction. This is the concept which is known as abstraction. When you only show the needed things, that okay, main only knows, okay, there is a method named area, that's all. It does not know how area is getting implemented. So when you only show the needed things and hide the actual implementation, that is known as abstraction. I'll go through it, don't worry, Avinash, just wait a minute. Did you get my definition, guys? So this is the concept we are achieving. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly, Anand. Actually, it is getting internally called. Internally, memory understands that I have to call the circle, but it is understood by the memory. It is not the responsibility of the main. It is understood by the memory. So that's how we are achieving abstraction. The user only knows there is a area function. It does not know how it is implemented. So whenever you only show the important details and hide the actual implementation, that's where abstraction is achieved. Yes, exactly, Shubham. Exactly. That's what we are saying. Exactly. Is it clear, everyone? This is what abstraction means. It was so simple, right? It was very, very simple. Not at all tough. Understanding abstraction was really very simple. I hope people understood it, right? I hope people understood it. Is it understood, everyone? Did you understand what is abstraction? It's not at all tough. It's this simple in understanding this. So again, you're never gonna see, okay, fine, I am gonna do abstraction here. It's just the need of the hour. It comes out automatically. You understand the need of creating an interface. You understand the need of calling the methods. Abstraction is achieved by default. You're never gonna say, okay, I'm gonna perform abstraction here, or I'm gonna perform encapsulation. So like I think till now you have understood. You're never gonna perform encapsulation or abstraction on your own. You're just gonna perform the things that is needed, and abstraction and encapsulation are just the concepts that you'll achieve by default. Yes, exactly, Avinash. Yes, the point is right. Here, the user in this case is main. The main method knows there is a area function in shape, but it doesn't know how it is implemented. Basically, the memory is deciding, okay, file, I have to call it from the circle. Same like this, I can also call this shape s equals to new of square, and I can call s dot area. So again, same method, but one will call the area for circle. The memory will decide to call area for circle, and the memory will decide to call the area for square. Simple. See, both are of object shape, but the main does not know. Main only knows, okay, fine. This area is also this, and this area is according to main. This both the areas are this, but both the areas will work differently depending on the memory. Yes, yes, Anapala. Yes, I am teaching everything. Did you get? Are you getting my point, guys? Now you can see there are two shape objects which are calling the area function. That basically means I'm only calling this function, but memory decides the implementation depending on the circle and square memory. Depending on that, memory decides it. Is it clear? Now, if you see, if I execute, one will execute for a circle and one will execute for square. Now, again, this is the concept like this, right? Same function performing two different things. What is this? Please tell me in the chats. Same function performing two different things. You'll understand it, Sangeet. Just wait a minute. See, one is the area of circle and one is the area of square. It is just for hiding, Sangeet. It is just for hiding. It is again just for naming convention. Can you please change the place of main class to first? I don't get it. What I have to do? Main class to first. It's exactly, it's polymorphism. It's not overloading, Ishan, it's polymorphism. The concept is polymorphism, right? Functions with same name performing two different things. The same thing performing differently for different thing. That is what polymorphism means. Function overloading is the concept of creating the functions with same name inside a single class. That is overloading. And that is one way of achieving polymorphism. This is the second way of achieving polymorphism. Guys, get my point. Overloading is one way of achieving polymorphism. This is another way of achieving polymorphism. What is overloading? Creating the functions with same name but with different list of parameters inside a same class. That is function overloading. And that is one way of achieving polymorphism. Polymorphism is the concept that you see that, okay, fine, these are the functions with same name but performing two different things. Yes, exactly. Many forms. Exactly, right. So again, we are achieving polymorphism. There are like area function which is named same. Okay, I know there is an area function, but the same area function is also is working for circle and it's also working for square. Yes, Tosif, overriding is getting here. Overriding is here. Circle is overriding the shape area method of shape. Overriding is done only here. Overriding is done. But here is, if I see this concept, this is polymorphism. With the help of overriding, the area method of shape, you're achieving polymorphism. So I'm asking, what is the concept called when same function perform two different things? So overriding is just a step that you have performed in this program. I'm not saying you this is not overriding, but this is not overriding. This is polymorphism, right? By the concept of overriding, by using overriding, you're achieving polymorphism. So you're achieving polymorphism, and again, why polymorphism? Because there are same functions but performing two different things. But don't forget about the abstraction part. Main is the user which only knows. So abstraction and polymorphism both are happening here at same time. Polymorphism because these are the same functions which are performing two different things, and abstraction because main only knows, okay, fine, there is a shape object which has an area function, but actually for main, area is having no implementation. It only knows there is an area function. There is no implementation. Implementation is decided by the memory. I have to take circles implementation or squares implementation. Yes, Anapala, almost yes. Is it cleared, everyone? Is it clear, Avinash? Are you cleared now? What was your doubt? I didn't get it, buddy. Main class to first. Can you please change the place of main class to first? I didn't get that point. Is it cleared, everyone? Is it cleared? Are we cleared with this? But actually, you will never use interfaces like this. Interfaces, always you're going to use it for implementation. You're never going to use them for calling your functions and all. There is no purpose, Pallavi. There is no purpose of abstraction. It is just how it works. Okay. You want something like this? Okay, cool. Pallavi, there is no purpose. It's just how you get security. There is no purpose. Just like think it like this. Think it like this. Uh, you are driving a car. It's just how much information is needed. Let's say you're driving a car. I know if I like move the steering left, the car will go left. I know if I move the steering right, the car will go right. But I don't have to know how the mechanism is working. I don't have to know how if I move it left, then how the wiring is working, how the grease is working, how my tires are moving. I don't care. I just have to know this, then I'll go left. If I do this, I'll go right. That's all I have to know. So it totally depends on user by user, how much the user should know. That is what abstraction means. You only have to know the needed things, only the important things. So this is one concept that you're achieving here, that is basically providing us some kind of security. So in this case, main only knows, okay, there is the area function. Main does not know the implementations. So basically, my circle and square are secured from main, because main is always public, right? Everyone is accessing main. Everyone is writing code in main. So in this case, circle and square are basically secured from main, because main only knows shape. Abstraction is not a limitation. Abstraction is a security, Sangeet. It's not a limitation. Exactly. Like for a user, it's a limitation. Exactly. For a user, it's a limitation. User only knows the important things. He does not know the implementation or how it is working. It only knows the important things. Now let's discuss why it is named as interface. Now see, shape is representing circle and square. So circle and square are not coming in front. Shape is coming in front to represent them. Okay, fine. You want to call circle, you want to call square, call me. You don't have to call them, just call me. So I am the representative. You are looking at me. That's why my name is interface. That's all. That's why my name is interface. Because I'm the one you're looking at. I'm the one you're working with. That's all. That's why it is known as interface. I feel that. Because it is actually the thing that you're using, that thing that you're calling. That's why it is known as interface. It is representing all the things behind it, all the implementations hidden behind it. You only know the interface. You only know the methods that are present inside me, all the blank methods. You don't know the implementation. You only know me. Everything is behind me. That's all. Yes, why not, Avinash? You joined late, right? Not a problem. See, that's all. Only the important things are in interface. That is okay, fine. And shape has an area, and shape is also having a pi value. That's all. That's all. Now it is the responsibility of circle. Like circle is implementing shape, right? So it is the responsibility. It is overriding the area method that is inside, present inside shape, and implementing it depending on how circle is implemented. Same with square. Square is also implementing shape, and again it is implementing the area function and using it here. Simple. So basically, circle and square are both implementing shape, and they're having their own implementations of area. But while calling, you're not calling circle or square, you're just calling shape inside main. So according to main, the area is this. It is calling this area, which is actually, it knows the name. There is no implementation. Implementations are hidden inside circle and square. But this is the representator. Shape is basically what is in front. That's all. Is it clear, everyone? Is this cleared now? Avinash, is this cleared now? Everyone, is this cleared now? That's all about abstraction. So basically, you're just achieving abstraction using interfaces. That's all. The main case was to hide the implementation, but the best part is going to be when you're going to use it in real life. That will be the best thing when you're working in an actual project. Then you will understand interfaces are only based, like mainly used to forcefully use some kind of method. That's all. Jiva, Bharti, what is class and object? You have to go and attend my first lecture, Jiva. You have to go and attend my first lecture. I feel, Jiva, you have to go and attend my first lecture. Do we have any doubts coming in now? Jiva, please, I request you to attend start this like these things from start. Yes, we have project. I have decided like I'll talk to the people and let's upgrade. I'm gonna take one more lecture for project only. 4F, that's basically for float, Sahil. So by default, each and every value that is in double or that is big, it is considered double. So to make Java understand that you don't want to use double, you want to use float, you just write F. That F is doing nothing, it just sits there to make the program understand that it is float. Because by default, all the decimal values, all the big values are considered double in Java. That's why you just write F whenever you create float values to make Java understand that, okay, fine, this is a float. Sangeet, what are you asking? Is this creation of class? I'm not understanding. Jiva, I'm just saying you can also, Jiva, you can watch my yesterday's lecture. We discussed about inheritance in very deep manner, so you'll understand it there, Jiva. This is like one of the finishing sessions, Jiva. So you have to go back and see all my sessions, then you'll understand. Right now, I have not taught you how to use the abstract keyword, Avinash. I have not taught how to use abstract keyword yet. Small doubt about class. Yeah, please ask Sangeet. But I'm not understanding your doubt. Like, what is the meaning of is this creation of class? I'm not understanding that thing. Benefits of return keyword, sir. Okay. So now return. Listen. Now let's say you're performing some kind of calculation. You'll understand. Here, what is abstract? This method is abstract, Avinash. Any method that does not have any kind of definition is basically an abstract methods. Any method that does not have any definition is basically an abstract method. So in this case, this area here is abstract. And coming to Ashu out, what benefits of return? Now listen, it totally depends on the need. There is no benefits, Ashu. It totally depends on the need. Now let's say if you need, if you want a function that basically performs some kind of calculation, but you don't want to print or do some kind of things, you only want that function to perform some kind of calculation, because whatever the output that function is going to give, you're going to use it in some other function, or you're going to use it in some other way. Either you're going to print it, or you're going to use it in some other calculation, or you're going to throw it on internet, or you're going to throw it in some machine. Then in that case, because I have not fixed what I'm going to do with that output, so in that case, I'm not writing anything inside the function. I'm not writing any output. I'm just saying function, okay, fine. Please calculate and return me the value. I'll see how to use that value. Just calculate and return. So whenever you write a return with some value inside a function, that basically means wherever you call that function will gonna emit a value. It will give you a value on that place. Now it's value, it will give you a value. Now you use it like however you like. You can print it, or you want to throw it on network, you can just put it on network. You can just put it in some machine data. It's totally up to you. Yes, you can store it somewhere. So the function will basically return the output, and you can use it anywhere you want. If you don't return it, then you have to do it. You have to do something with that data inside the function itself. Then either you can print it, or you can display it, or you can do something. But when you return it, basically that function will emit the value. Then you can store it somewhere, or you can put it some where, or you can print it, or you can just pass it in some network and all. Okay, that's a great doubt, Ashok. Now you have to understand abstract class is just like an interface. Not complete like interface, but abstract class is just like an interface. Ashu, I hope your doubt is cleared now. Ashu, I hope your doubt is cleared. I think Jiva, you're just doing things. What is area? Area is just you know, the calculation of area, the size of something, right? I hope you know that, Jiva. Please don't do such kind of stuff. Please don't spam the chat, Jiva. Yes, Nimrit. All methods by default inside an interface. Yes, Ashu, you can use it somewhere. You can save it somewhere. Exactly. Nimit, yes, inside an interface by default, all the methods are abstract. Anywhere, Ashu, anywhere. It totally depends on us, wherever we're calling the function. So you'll call the function whenever it is needed. Like if I wanted, instead of printing it, I would have just returned the area, right? And now I don't have to write void. I have to write float because I'm returning a float, right? And it will not work because here I have written void. So I'll just make it float. See, Ashu, please, you'll understand. See. And here also I just have to go and write, let's say, float because I'm returning float. And now see. Now it's simple. Now I'm returning area. Now I'm not printing. So now basically the circle class is not printing. It is just returning. Now basically, if I call c dot area, it will return the value. It will not do anything. Now it will not print or something. Now I can do what I can do. I can, whenever it is needed. Now I know that this area function will return a float value. I can create a float something and I can store it. So what now this c dot area will return a float value and I'm storing it inside a. Now my main method can decide what I want to do with that a. Whether I want to print it or I want to give it somewhere or I want to use it in the later part of the program. Now it's up to me. In the previous thing, it was just printing. So whatever I want to perform, I have to go inside that area and perform. But now inside the area function, I'm not printing. I have just returned the value. Fine. Now you decide whatever you want to do. I'll just give it to you wherever you'll call me. I'll just give it to you. Now it's up to you how you want to use it. In previous, I was not returning. So basically, whatever you want to do with that value, you have to work inside the area function. But now that it is not happening, I'm just returning it. Use it however you want. Now it totally depends wherever I'm calling, how I want to use it. I can print directly, but I'm not printing and I don't want to print. I'm just showing you can use it anyway now. You can print it, you can use it, you can do anything now. It is returning. So basically, no, you can have abstract method, Avinash. I'm showing you, don't worry. Shubham, interface. Come on, this is a very big doubt, right? Difference between interface and inheritance. Inheritance is the process of extending features. Interface is just like a class which has abstract methods. Totally different. Actually, you inherit interfaces, right? You perform inheritance using like in interfaces. So interface is just like a class. Ayushi, final is constant. It is always constant. It does not depend on private or protected. Whenever you create something final, it's constant. That basically means its value is never going to change. But when you make something private, it basically means it is only going to be used inside a class. The value can change, but it is only going to be used inside a class. That's all. So there is a difference between final and private. Final is like final things can also be private or public. So final is final. What final says that the value is constant. You cannot change the value. But what private says that I don't care about the value. You're a variable, change your value. But you're only going to be used inside the scene, like in this only the class where you have gone like where you're getting created. That's all. Sangeet, what is your doubt, buddy? I am still where. Please write your doubt again, Sangeet. I think I missed it. I hope Shubham, your doubt is cleared, and I hope your doubt is cleared to Ayushi. Creation of class. Regarding that is the example I have given. Regarding that is the example. Okay, that e dot age. Okay, I think I have forgot that what was the assignment. I have to see once. I have to see it, Sangeet. I have to see it. Wait, let me check. Let me check. Then I'll reply. Don't worry. I'll reply in the community. I hope you're on the community. I'll see what was the assignment. Please post this out there. I think I forgot what was the assignment. So I'll just check it out and I'll reply. So please post this exact doubt, whatever your doubt is, on that question only. Please, Sangeet, whatever your doubt is, just go on that question and write the comment. I'll see. Will we call it abstract class or a class that is having abstract method? You'll call it abstract class, Ishan. You'll call it abstract class. Like a class, to become an abstract class, it should at least have a single abstract method. So it is an abstract class, exactly. If a class has an abstract method, it is an abstract class. How about this? I'm still not understanding your doubt. I understood that. Okay, fine. I gave a question for creation of class, but regarding that is the example I gave. I'm still not understanding. Sangeet, I'm just saying, please post your doubt on that question. We can talk personally there. Then you can just write your comment, and I can see and I can reply it to you. I'm not getting your point directly, Sangeet. I think I'm so sorry about it. I'm not getting your doubt exactly. So please post your doubt on that question. I'll come and reply. Don't worry. Do we have any doubts coming, guys? Sir, we make reference variable. Objects are reference variables, Ashu. Objects are reference type. There are two things, value type and reference type. Normal variables are value type. Objects that you create are basically reference type, Ashu. So it's simple. Whatever you're creating, shape C, shape S, both are reference types. Yes, exactly. The memory is of circle, but the object is of shape. Exactly, Ashu, yes. Which book, Satish? I actually don't have any idea about it. I have never read a book about Java. I have always practiced, and whatever was my doubts, I have solved it online. So it's completely Satish. I can't. I'm so sorry about it. I have posted few links for understanding Java. If you, Satish, go on my profile, you'll see an article where I have posted two links to learn Java. You can see it there. So I don't think you have to read a complete book. You can start by practicing, learning online and practicing. It totally is how much you practice. Yes, Tausif, yes, exactly. It is in advanced. Let's see. I think I'm planning to take one more lecture. So I think I'll take few things in that and also create the project. I'm planning to take a 2 hour lecture. I'm planning, let me talk. Ashok, you don't find area in interface. Areas, whatever methods you create in interface are abstract. So you're never going to write any kind of implementation in that, Ashok. You're never going to write any kind of implementation. Tausif, I'm planning to take one more lecture. Let me take my time. I'm planning to take one more lecture. I'll definitely let you know. So I'm trying, I'm seeing so that I can at least take exception handling kind of things in that lecture. Let me just have a word with people once. I'll tell you, don't worry. Okay, guys, please ask your doubts. Please keep asking your doubts. I'm answering it right now. I'm planning to take one more lecture. Don't worry. So I'll be covering exceptions maybe in that, exceptions and collections if possible in that lecture only. Guys, please ask your doubts. Please ask your doubts. No, Ashur, if still we have not covered collection, but in the next lecture, I'm definitely going to cover at least two collections. So don't worry. Sangeet, it's totally on practice, buddy. Like now you know the object oriented concepts, but it will be more clear in your mind when you keep practicing it. So you're not going, even I'm not prepared for the complete interview. So it totally depends like this. It's how much you do. It's how much you practice. You're never going to be fully prepared with everything. It's how much you practice, that much you will know. It's like that. I think it will be MCQ, Shubham. All the things about exam dates and assignment submission date will be announced on the community in the coming week. So don't worry, you can just get it there. All the things about your exam dates, your assignment dates will be posted in the community. Yes, Vishaka, please ask. So exactly, Sangeet. So you cannot say it like that. It's just like how much you practice. No, Avinash, abstract can be methods and abstract are classes. So there are abstract methods and abstract classes. Avinash. Sangeet. So it's just like that. Programming, in programming, you never end. It's just you complete the basics, the core concepts, and everything else just falls for you. You just keep practicing, and everything else is just understood by you. It can be also like this. You're practicing it this much that you create some new concept of your own, some new framework of your own. So it's just like this.
Hi, sir.
Yes, Prasad, please tell me.
We'll be requiring one more lecture, right?
Yes, Prasad, yes.
So, students, can we have the lecture tomorrow? Like, is it okay with you? Please put up in the chat.
Yes, Ashok, I'm planning to cover exception handling and multi-threading, not multi-threading, at least collections, because covering all three will not be possible in a single lecture. So I'm planning to cover exception handling and collections in the next lecture. So don't worry.
Okay, just let me check the chats. Yep, I guess we can have the lecture tomorrow, sir, right?
Yes, not a problem.
Okay, so students, tomorrow also we'll have one final lecture.
One
The
final lecture, exactly.
Yes, one final lecture at the same time tomorrow, and all the dates regarding your assignment submission, your exams, eligibility list, certifications, and everything will be updated in the community group by end of tomorrow's session. So, yep, that's all, sir.
And tomorrow's session, please, guys, tomorrow's session may be a little extended because of the project and everything. So be prepared for that. It might get a little extension in the lecture. We might get it. Tomorrow will be the last lecture, Avinash. So it might extend a little bit. Be ready for it, guys, please. It will take time, Sangeet. It's not a problem. Don't start to worry. Just keep practicing. You'll start from the basics. Every day you do something, you'll understand something new. So it totally depends on how much you practice. Don't worry about it at the start. Just keep practicing. Just give yourself a time and you'll get it. Don't worry, AK. I'll reply because I have not been on the community from last few days because I was not well. So now I'm like getting online on things. So I'll see. Don't worry, AK. I was actually I was on the community a lot at the start times, but because of this illness, I was not on the community. So I'll be online again. Don't worry. It's totally fine, Anand. It's totally fine to take more time to solve problems. Not a problem at all. I was weaker than you if you talk like that. I was a lot weaker than you. So it's totally fine. It totally depends on practice. It will take a little time. Don't worry. Guys, don't worry about the time that you take while solving it. For some people, it will be a little fast. For some people, it will be a lot slower. But it's how much you practice. Don't give up. Yes, Nirmit, yes, that is possible, but that is never a required thing. You never have to do it, Nirmit. A single class can implement multiple interfaces, but you never have to do it. And guys, don't think about yourself like you're weaker in programming. I was a lot weaker than all of you. So please don't worry about it. Just keep practicing. Here there is no abstract class, Surya Prakash. Here it is interface. Interface is just like an abstract class, Surya Prakash. Yes, the method area is abstract, but interfaces basically are like abstract classes. Not again, Shubham. I think only the you have to submit the new assignments. Don't worry, I'll give assignments, Ashu, then you can decide. There is nothing like concept. First, you have to understand all these concepts. Then you have to gel the things that, like, let's say you decide, okay, fine, I want to create something like this. Like tomorrow, I'm going to show you the project so you'll understand how you think of it, how you think of creating a project with all the concepts that you have learned. So in tomorrow's project, I'm also going to use interfaces. I'm also going to use overloading. So you'll understand how these concepts are actually used, how you think of actually using these concepts in the project. You'll understand it tomorrow. Don't worry. So there is a gap. Can I get a job now? Why not, Vishakha? It's totally fine. Did you try something online? It's totally fine. Even after a gap, people get jobs. Yes, it's almost the same thing, Ishan. It's just like interfaces are 100% abstract because everything inside interface is abstract. In abstract classes, you can also have normal methods. That's why they are not 100% abstract. Interfaces are 100% abstract. But in abstract classes, there is only one abstract method required. You can have multiple, but only one is required. But inside interface, everything that you create should be abstract. So both are almost same. You basically implement and override them. That's all. Why not? Sangeet community is always there. I'm always there. Prasad sir is always there. Just go on the community, ask your questions. We'll be answering it always. Not a problem. Yes, Sai Karthik. Yes, that's what people can do. Yes, yes, I'll revise. I'll revise. Don't worry. At the end, I'll revise everything tomorrow. That's why I'm saying tomorrow's session will be like little extended session. Okay, Surya Prakash, let me see. I think it's available on the community, right? Let me check it. Let me check it first. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's session, right? So tomorrow will be a little big session. We're going to cover exception handling. We're going to at least cover 2 collections. You'll at least get the idea of collections, and we're also going to create a project. So that is the agenda for tomorrow. So please be present. And I hope you enjoyed today's session, right? It was a little small, but it was just for some reason. It was a little small. Tomorrow it will be a little big session. So I hope you understood interfaces. I hope you understood abstraction. And I hope you understood each and every concept very simply and normally, right? It was not at all tough to understand inheritance or abstraction or polymorphism. Now you know that these are not big things. These are the some concept that just comes in. These are not big things. Yes, AK Hacker Rank is a platform. It's very famous platform. You can just go on and start practicing there. Guys, please let me know in the chats. Did you enjoy the things that we taught? Did you understand the things that we have learned easily? Please let me know. Vishaka, that we have to check. There are a lot of job opportunities, Sangeet. Once you learn advanced, there are a lot of job opportunities. A lot of web applications, a lot of backend applications are made in Java. So there are a lot of job opportunities. It's just you have to find a proper place to work. Ashu, I'm not getting it. Which type we will start means? Here we have the abstract methods in interface class. So that class is like an abstract class. Yes, exactly, Avinash. Yes. If your normal class have any abstract methods, then that class is abstract class. Yes, Pallavi, we have advanced course, advanced Java course, where we're basically going to learn about Java Web, and then we're going to learn about Hibernate, Spring. Yes, Sangeet, first try to complete everything, buddy. Then definitely we're going to show you the path about how to work with it. Don't worry about it. And once you understand and learn Java, then there are a lot of paths where you can go. It's not important that if you learn Java, then you have to only work in Java. There are multiple paths that you can go in. So don't worry. Here we have the abstract methods in interface class. So yes, it's exactly, Avinash. Yes. So you have to understand it like this. Interfaces are just like abstract classes. It's totally practice, AK. It's totally practice. I have been programming from like last 3 to 4 years. So it's totally practice. It's how much you practice. So at the start of my things, I have practiced a lot. So it's like I am a lot weaker than you people in logic building. I must say this. I'm a lot weaker than you people in logic building. But it's my practice that I know this much. But there are still that but still I keep practicing things because I forget. We are a human, so we will forget things. But that's how we work. We have to keep practicing things again and again. What will be first? Ashu, I'm not getting it out, buddy. What, sir? I want to know that we will start hacker rank, but there is many options. Okay, there are levels, Ashu. There are levels I feel in hacker rank. When I visited last like 1 or 2 years ago, there are levels in that. So you can start from basic level first. Then they will give small programs like addition of things, then like few things like finding area, then finding odd and even, something like this. They will give you basic programs, so you have to select levels like level 0, level 1, I feel, something like this. Then it will start from then. They have planned for you. Hacker rank and all these sites, they already have plans for you. They will start by giving you basic programs. Once you go ahead and keep practicing, then you'll just increase your level. Regan, I'm a web developer, buddy. I develop web applications and mobile applications in all the technologies. That's what I do. And I also teach because I like to teach. Yes, it's okay, Gagandeep. You can submit it now. Not a problem at all, Gagandeep. I feel Pallavi. I'm not sure right now. We are still talking, but I feel yes. So I'm still uh, finalizing things about what are the things that we have to teach in advanced Java. We're coming like up with it. So don't worry. Yes, Sangeet, why not? I'll be posting application programs. Not a problem. I'll be actually now I'll be alive on the community. Don't worry, I'll be online a lot, just like I was before the illness. So from last 14 to 15 days, I am not coming on the community. So I'm so sorry if I have not answered your questions and everything. But I'll be coming online on the community regularly, so I'll be seeing it, just like I was 15 days before. So don't worry. Okay, so I don't see any doubts coming now. So we'll close the session. So let's meet tomorrow at 5 p.m. A little bit extended session. We'll cover exceptions, collections, and a project. Fine. Okay. See you all tomorrow in the last session of Java. Please ask, Pushpa. Please ask. I'm still here. Please ask. Can we reassign value to a field of interface? Nope. Nope, Sachi, because they are constant. As I said, Sachi, they are constant, and constants you cannot reassign the value. Yes, that will lead. Please fill it. Please fill it. I think it will be available. Please go on the community. Ask. Please fill the attendance. So in first 4 days assignment. Yeah, what is your doubt, Pushpa? Okay, do one thing, Pushpa. Just go on that assignment question on the community and please ask your question there. Then it will be easy for me. I submitted through new word. It's totally fine. However is submitted, it's totally fine. We'll check it. We just have to check the program. So don't worry. No, I have not posted solutions, Sangeet. Okay, let me check if I can post solutions. I'll definitely post solutions on the community. Don't worry, Sangeet. I have not posted the solutions yet. Let me check if I can post the solutions. I'll definitely post it. Okay, guys, whatever the doubts you have related to questions, please go on the community where I've posted the questions and ask it, and someone from the community will definitely answer you. Okay. Okay, guys, I think we can end the session now. Bye bye. See you tomorrow at 5 p.m. Be ready for the project.
Hi, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am ending the session. Okay.
Okay, 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 please.
Thank you, everyone. We'll meet tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye.